And I'm going to say, run this code only if the change is in my changes. Okay. And AutoSeeker, I think was the name. Let's see. My AutoSeeker. Okay. Okay. The only thing I have to make sure now is the code actually runs. I don't know why it's not running. Okay, let me go ahead and get it from here. The generic goal. Let's get rid of that. I'm sorry, this is, let's assign a macro to this one. Okay, now it's running. Oh, I think I was putting the addresses flipped. That's why. As you can see, it was too quick. You didn't even see it. 25. Oops. Oh, okay. Now this change thing works. Generic goal. By the way, here's another kind of coding trick in VBA. I typed the variable names and function names or subnames with a specific capitalization. Excel doesn't care what that is. But if you write it all small caps, if you typed it correctly, it immediately reverses your capitalization. If it doesn't, you made a typing mistake. Yeah. Right now, I'm not checking whether or not I'm in the setup mode. Anytime I change one of these inputs, it's going to run that goal seek. So I'm trying to find time in years. So let's make that weekly compounding and automatically run it for you. Okay. Or let's do this. I'm going to check if solver setup mode is one, run it, otherwise don't. So let's put that in there as well. Okay, first thing I'm going to check is if range, let me make sure I have the right name, dot value equals 1. Remember, solver setup mode is just a string, range is an object. I need to grab the value of that. Is 1, then, or if not equals 1, then exit sub. So if that number is not 1, which means I don't have a green light, don't do anything. That's what it says. Or I could have said if it's equal to -1, but I'm kind of hedging my bets. If it's not equal to 1, exit sub. And let's do this. Right now it's red, right? Green, 12, sub runs. Red, I'll make that 52, nothing changes. Then you're either setting up the problem or, you know, given the future, you want to know what the present is, you need to be in setup mode. If you know both the present and the future, you want to know how to get there, you want to be under setup mode, solver mode. I can add bells and whistles to this thing, but primarily we're done. Now, if I want to solve a different problem, all I have to do is change the nature of the problem. Suppose I want to find one of the roots of a polynomial, okay? And I'm going to have only one input. So I'm going to delete these inputs. Oh, I want to go back to setup mode, of course. Let's call this x. And my function is x squared plus x minus 2, not x, the reference. Choose your unknown, x. Now, let me also show you a nice little trick. Suppose you want quick access to a macro without necessarily being on that sheet. Sometimes you can save your macros into what you call personal macro workbook. Then it's available to all worksheets. But I want to put it into a new tab. Okay. First, click on any of the tabs, right click, customize the ribbon, and I want a new tab. Okay. Click on new tab, and I want to rename that new tab my Fin 330 tab. This is a custom group. I'm going to rename that my macros. Okay. Now I want to put a little icon in there. That's going to help me to run that macro, clicking on that icon. Find macros on the left-hand side box. Find your macro. In this case, let me see. Generic goal. If there is no sheet name in front of it, that's a macro on this sheet. And I'm gonna just add that. And if you click on that and rename, you can change the icon. I don't know. I want to make that into a number 8 wall. Okay. Now my new tab. Oh, I haven't named it apparently. I have a generic goal there. And let me customize. I thought I renamed that.